Okay, so just a quick little update today. I haven't done a video for a while, well not for a while, we've done a lot of progress. I've painted the wheels since, so you can see they're all nice and shiny and black. Basically we did a couple coats of filler primer, sanded that back, and then did about 2 to 3 coats of just the black, like the base coat they call it. And then after that we did clear coat over the top of that. Now that was done in if it was done within 24 hours, you didn't have to sand it back, but after 24 hours, between the black and the clear, you had to sand it. And we just put half paint, half clear in the mixture, and then thinned that down about 2 to 1, so 2 parts thinner to 1 part paint mixture. So, and did about 3 coats of that, and they came out really nice. They've got a fairly good shine. It was done in acrylic, like lacquer or liqueur, whatever you want to call it. They got a really nice shine on them, so I'm happy with that. The only thing is though, annoying when painting on these, you do the front part, but the overspray, it comes on the back, so the back, while it's still got a shine, it's still a bit of a matte finish almost. Not as glossed. I mean, you could cut and polish that, but it'd be a pain in the ass to do it by hand on the rims, so being the back of the wheels, it doesn't really matter too much. As long as you've got the front shiny, that's the main thing. Now I've also put the tyres on, which are 475 500 by 19, so 19 inch. You can see they're quite difficult to get on, to be honest. We had to put it on this side first. They put it on the front of the wheel first. So you get the first lip over, then you put the tube in there to get your valve stuck through, and then you've got to put the other lip over. We were going to do it from the back, but then we realised that we couldn't get the valve through because it's on this side. So you can see this one's still in the stage of only having one side on. You can see it's got the one lip, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, so it's still sticking out the back, like so. But we actually had this tyre on properly, but we pinched the tube, so we had to get the tube repaired before we went to put it on. All the other ones are done. The other 3 ones are done, and they're all holding air, so that's nice. But the annoying thing was, with these tyres, they came with a white film over them. You can see it rubs off, just like rubber that peels off if you rub hard enough. But I had a look on the internet, and it turns out it's actually like a solvent or a whatever that sticks to the mould. So they put this on around the mould, and they put the rubber in there. Then that's just basically there so that it doesn't stick to the moulds once the tire's complete. So I found the best way to get that off. I've tried several products. I have tried wax and grease remover, but I was a bit iffy with that on the rubber. So I found the best way was to put it in the sun for a while, like this one is, and then it just wipes off pretty well. And if that doesn't work, I also just got a hard bristle scrubbing brush. You can see, got one here, and it's hot soapy water, and I just scrub. I found that it came off pretty well. But yeah, I didn't really want that in there because it'd make it look unattractive to when it's actually on the car. So you can see I haven't done this side. I think I did this side. I did that side mostly. I just couldn't get down in here for obvious reasons. Now, when we were putting these tyres on, we were also using lubricant, and for that we just used dishwashing detergent. That's just so when you're putting it on to try and get the lip over the rim of the wheel, it just goes on easy, and the rubber doesn't stick to the paint and whatnot. But the only thing with that was that it got on the paint on the rims, and also some of this white stuff that was on here was also in the lips here, and that got on the rims too. So I got that off just with just normal car soap, actually, car washing stuff, heavy duty car wash. That's what I used. Hot soapy water, sponge. See, I've got one here. It's just like microfiber on one side, coarse and abrasive on the other side. Used a soft part for the wheels, and that got it all off. And then on the tyres, I used abrasive stuff just to get a bit more of the crud off. And once I'd done that, just hosed it down and used a microfiber cloth to wipe off the wheel. And yeah, that's how they come up. So I'm really happy with them. Yeah, so we put 2 wheels back in the car just to sort of get an idea of what it'll look like with the big wheels on. And I've got on the nickeling back too, so you can see, I reckon it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. This wheel I haven't actually washed. I've used various tyre shine products, but they haven't done as good a job as what the other ones have. It's just made it shiny, sort of covered up the white stuff. Whereas actually putting it in the sun and getting it off by hand, the scrubbing brush actually takes it off and gets rid of it. So I'm not sure, I might take this wheel off again and take it out and put it in the sun perhaps, but the nickeling has come up absolutely beautiful. I'm really happy with it. Two of the hubcaps weren't done to my satisfaction, so I've got them down there again. They're being done over again. But yeah, they've come out really nice. I'm really happy with them, so have a look. If you saw in one of my earlier videos how I just cleaned them up, using the drill press and the wire buff and the grinder, that's how they've come up. I mean, they look basically brand new, perfect. You know, you can't see any scuff marks or any scratches or dents or anything on them. Really, really happy with them. So yeah, and all up, it was $50 for the to get 22 wheel nuts, 22 washers, split washers, you know, and the 4 hubcaps done. So that's really reasonable for the quality that they've come up as. Notice at the moment we've got parts of the headlights down there. We've got the rims that went around the front of the headlights. They're being fixed by someone at the moment. But we've also got the inner part here where the globe sits. And then also there's an outer part that goes here. Little plugs that go into the side of the radiator just there. So they're all being nickeled. If I've got the bit in the bench here, I'll show you. But I don't think I do. But yeah, so that's all being done. And we got the dash redone as well, because I wasn't happy with that. Had a few little marks in it. It was done to a poor quality by the other guy that did it, so yeah. And the last sort of thing that we were mucking around with is the priming taps. These go on the head, and in cold weather or whatever, you're supposed to open up and put a dollop of paraffin oil in there, or not paraffin oil, like petrol or something like that. And you open it up and it just flows into the cylinder, and that provided a bit of extra boom to get it going, get it running in cold weather. But you can see that originally they had a handle on them like that, and I think it was just made out of wood by the looks, but you can see it's broken off in this one. So we've tried making one out of bog, but I stupidly tried turning the handle. You can see they join together like that. I tried turning the handle by the bog file and it just broke off, so I'll make another one, but I won't. It'll just be there for looks. Won't use them. But yeah, they're brass and they're polished up nice. These are actually full of solder to begin with, because they must have leaked a bit. And yes, they filled up with solder to stop them leaking. But I'm wondering, I've gotten all the solder out of there. This with a blowtorch, you can see there. But I'm just wondering what I might do is, if I do find they leak too much when the engine's running, I'll just put a dot of solder in there, so they can still sit in the engine for looks, but won't actually be used. So you can see they just, if you can see enough, they just sit here. Yeah, you can't really see them very well. But yeah. Oh yeah, so there you go. I've just put a bit of tyre shine on the tyres, and they've come up quite nice. You can see there's still a few spots like there. That's a bit of water running, but a few spots where I still haven't gotten the it's like the initial silicone coating on the tyre that came with it. Some of that comes off with the white stuff too, but that doesn't matter really. Got a bit of grass in it. You can see a few chips from where we put it on with the tyre levers. The way we got it, that's actually not too bad compared to what would have happened. The way we got around it was we used like old irrigation hose, and you cut it down the middle, as you can see, and you stick it over the rim, and then you put your tyre lever onto that, so it doesn't chip your paint as much. It still does chip it, but that's not half as bad as what would have happened. And it only takes it back to primer anyway. You can see, probably not. Yeah, it takes it back to primer, which is good. Doesn't take it back to the bare metal. Otherwise it'll start to rust again. That's not what you want. But yeah, the tyres that we actually put on there, they're a Lucas brand. Now we got these last year, so 2010, Bendigo swap meet. We got what's on there. They're $165 each, and the shoes are an extra $30. And that's quite cheap in comparison to others that we've seen. Antique tyre supplies, which is another business down here in Australia. They charge something like, I think it's about $200 a tyre or something like that. So really happy we found these. But it was quite funny. The day we were putting them on was 1 year to the day that we bought them. So and exactly a year later, they were put onto the rims. So that's kind of ironic, I suppose. But yeah, so they've come up really nice. Really happy with them. It'd be nice to get them on the car too and take them for a drive with the good wheels to see how it actually handles and drives, because the old tyres we had on there were square, so it wasn't a very good ride. Anyway, that's all for now.